Okay, big debate of the week. We did this over on Redmen TV, and it was quite interesting. So I know our take on it. I want to know who's the best manager in the Premier League, in the opinion of my esteemed colleagues here. The question was raised to us was like, is Jurgen Klopp the best manager in the Premier League? And Chris and I, in all fairness, sat and had a good solid debate about it before agreeing, yeah. I mean, let's ask the question. For you, is Van Gaal the best manager in the Premier League?
Without a doubt. No, I'm just kidding.
If it's not Van Gaal, who do you think it is?
It depends how we're measuring it, but it's still early on in the season.
Well, measure it by the standards you feel you should measure it by.
I would say so far, I'd say Ranieri.
Wow.
Based on the fact that when you look at the previous clubs that he's managed, and he's come on to little old Leicester, and he's got them playing really well.
Yeah,
he's turned Vardy into a superstar.
I mean, it's the wrong answer, but it's an answer. No. I get it. Like I said, you're right. If we're judging it by the managers who are, if you ended the season now and you picked your manager of the year, Ranieri would win it. I think. Anyone disagree with that? If you did manager of the year right now,
Martinez. No, Ranieri was Bilic just did well, isn't he? So.
Yeah. So
Bilic
it's an interesting shout.
Brilliantly.
Is Arsene Wenger the best manager in the Premier League?
I'd say at the moment, yeah. I'd say at the moment he's the best manager in the Premier League.
Paddy doesn't agree, but we'll come to you.
I mean, also, look at the situation with Arsenal at the moment. They've got about 8 first-team players missing.
Yeah.
Right? Now, all these other managers, they're doing well. But if they had that missing, I know we've got a decent squad, but if they had that missing, how would they be able to deal with that? There's Welbeck's out, Rosicki's out, Wilshire's out, Ramsey's out, Walcott's out. And they're still
Wilshere and Rosicki, they're out. No way. How on earth is he ever going to prepare himself for that crazy set of circumstances?
That's like me saying Tony Ibbett's out. Stop it, mate. You'll have me on Walcott.
Hold on. And what he's able to do, right, is that he's been able to find players like Bellerin.
Yeah.
The thing with Coquelin, being able to bring him through. I mean, so I think at the moment, if you're looking at it at the moment, I'd have to say it's between him and Bilic. I've been very impressed with Bilic as well, but although a lot of games, though, that West Ham, they slip up against certain teams that they shouldn't
look
against.
Look against Watford.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Everyone would have backed West Ham for that game.
Yeah,
so real coupon buster.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd say
Carroll, coupon buster.
Yeah, I'd say Wenger at the moment he's the best, and he's learning. Even though he's been around for a long time, even though he's knocking on a bit, looks to me like he's starting to learn as well. He's starting to learn some lessons that that you can't always just go gun ho after every team. So against Bayern Munich, I liked the disciplined performance in that game. Yeah. There's been certain other games that he's played in recent times where the performance have been disciplined. I think this calendar year, Arsenal got by far the best record of any team. Yeah. They've got the best defence. So I have to go for my manager at the moment.
Any shouts for Mourinho? I mean, look, he's been in shocking form, but on paper, I think he's still the best manager in the Premier League.
When I was looking at you like that, just because Robbie had said at the moment, I'm going to do it from who I genuinely believe are the best managers in the Premier League. Okay. And it's between Mourinho and Wenger, without a shadow of a doubt. Pellegrini, not really feeling. I think City with a better manager have wiped the floor with most clubs.
Yeah.
Klopp, don't get me started. So that kind of celebration, that's got to stop, by the way.
What's celebrating?
Jumping up and giving it all that. Be cool. That's got to go.
Be cool. Be cool like me.
Yeah, just like that. No, it's too early to talk about Jurgen Klopp's got a great reputation and all that. But for me, they've done it all. I mean, Mourinho's having a mare. He really is at the moment. So, but he's won so much to just discount him. But Arsene Wenger, every single year for 19 years in the Champions League, he won trophies. He's had a team that went the whole season unbeaten. He's turning players like Nicholas Anelka from working in Subway to being basically the greatest striker in the world. You've got so many, he's produced more with Bellerin and Coquelin. There's just, the list is endless. And to do that, and don't forget for me, when Wenger took over, Arsenal were similar to Everton, really, trophies-wise and ground and everything else. And he's put them in a different stratosphere and being very much part of that fabric. So without a shadow of a doubt, it's
I think the thing about
Shut up. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's Arsene Wenger. Mugged off.
think the thing about Wenger, I fully agree. And again, it's interesting because again, Chris and I had this discussion on one of our subscriber shows this week that it's not just what he's done because he created, he created the Invincibles. He's had some of the he's made. It's not just bought. Like Ferguson made some players. I mean, you can't discount the class of '92 and all that going up, but like to go, yeah, you've got that crop of youngsters coming through to go find Vieira and Henry. And I know he found Henry at Juventus, so it's not like it's not like he pulled them from Monaco or from youth football and Nelkes and all these players that he brought up. But the thing is, that gets credit in one respect, but the second half of his career he won't get as much respect for unless I think he wins a title or adds a few more trophies. But to be able to work within the financial constraints that he's been under, and I'm sure, like, again, Evertonians and that will probably laugh the tits off at that, but while the stadium was being built and all the money was being poured into that he was able to keep Arsenal consistently in there and keep the money turning over, buying players in, making money on player sales and stuff like that. It's not nice, it's not the thing you want to give managers credit for, because you'd love to be able to go, he's a specialist in failure. But, look at Mourinho's on his arse now, and Wenger, we were saying this before, Wenger's sat back, giggling his tits off, looking at this going to Mourinho.
I mean,
to Mourinho.
on the Mourinho thing, there's without doubt, whatever the Arsenal thing, whatever without doubt, he's a brilliant manager. He goes to clubs, and he almost, nearly every club he goes to, he wins a title.
Yeah.
So, but he does it with a lot of... I would really like to see him manage a club that... I'm not saying that hasn't got no resources, but say for instance, if he took over a club like Liverpool, where they've got resources, but they haven't got where they can go and buy always elite players.
Yeah.
I would really like to see... Or Everton
or even though... No,
because the thing is, what I look at Mourinho now, right, is that he doesn't seem to deal with not having everything there for him to deliver what he wants to deliver. So, I don't know. He's a world-class manager without a doubt. Is he better than Wenger? I don't know. I suppose if you look at the trophies, you've got to say he is.
Let's sort this out then. It's the easiest way for it to sort it out. Every club gives up their manager, they put it into a big pool. You get your team's got first pick of every manager currently working in the Premier League. Which manager do you pick for your football club?
That's a tricky one.
Unlimited money.
No,
Running out extras now, aren't we?
Yeah. You remain the football club you are, but you can have any manager currently working in the Premier League.
I'll start because I had just bottled it.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm going to
bit
start
like Everton every season.
You'd have Arsene
I'd have Arsene without a shadow, but I wouldn't even need to think about it.
Okay.
I don't think Mourinho could do it at Everton. I don't. With the money, wouldn't he'd be fuming if he couldn't buy a right back for 300 grand.
I think the same thing. I'd have Arsene Wenger, because I think if it had been on the budget that we'd had, I think Mourinho would have had a meltdown at Arsenal.
Yeah.
If he's got the funds, yes.
Cool, yeah.
But I don't know what you're going to answer, but
I'd probably say Mourinho.
yeah,
I think.
and I'd agree with you.
But
on
he'd
your
do well
club.
at United with that.
He'd
should
win
have got the
United.
job instead of Moyes.
Yeah, I actually think
Apparently, we didn't want him because he was so erratic.
That's
like,
the thing. He's
when he was at Madrid, yeah.
Mourinho would have won Manchester United the title.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The
definitely.
difference is Moyes is erratic like a Skoda, whereas Mourinho's erratic like a Maserati, isn't he? You know what I mean? Or Alfa Romeo.
I'm always like one of those 1980s Skodas, like not the newer ones that are made by.
You'd have gone Klopp, wouldn't you?
You know why? Because I love Arsene Wenger, and I think and I have been so envious of the brand of football Arsenal played over the years and the consistency. I want Liverpool to be a consistent top four side again, so I can't laugh too hard. And we joke about the top four trophy and all that, but we'd all rather be consistently in the running. But for me, if I look at where we are now and looking for the years to come, I don't think there's a better fit for Liverpool of all the managers in the Premier League than the one we've appointed in year. He's the Real Madrid manager's perfect fit.
I kind of just go back on Mourinho. I kind of always look at Mourinho as sort of it's a bit like Formula One. That if he's the best, if he's got the
Ferrari,
best car,
if
you put him in that Mercedes right now, he will definitely win you.
Yeah.
But if you put him in a lesser car, he'd be like Alonso is now. He'd be completely frustrated,
Yeah.
be throwing his toys out of the pram. He wouldn't be able to eke it out with that car and maybe still be able to win something with it. So, but I think if he'd have gone to United, and I do think Klopp, it's going to be interesting with Klopp to see what.
It's very early days. When
I do think Klopp's a good manager. He's a top manager.
Yeah. Anyway, so there we go. Let us know your thoughts. Again,
Martinez?
My bottom.
your silence says more than words ever could.
He's not Arsene Wenger, is he?
No. Who would you have if you could pick any manager for your club in the Premier League working right now? Who would it be? And on top of that, who do you just think is the best Premier League manager right now? And if you want to clarify it by what rules you've worked on, if you want to go on Ada's mad rules, where Claudio Ranieri is the best manager in the Premier League, by all means do. That'll be your cross to bear. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more Ball Street Social every single Monday and Tuesday coming out. Give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you there. Cheers.